Okay. So, we started with equations already, and we said that equations come from what? A scale. Look up, please. Equations come from a scale. When it's not balanced, it's an inequality. Remember that? Yes. Okay? So, our objective for today, I can solve and graph one variable equations. Read together. 1, 2, 3. I can solve and graph one variable equation. So, write it down at the bottom left of your notes. And our concept for today, we're still on one variable equations. We're not going to fill in a Fourier model, so don't get a little box going, since we already did that for a couple of days, and we already know what they are. So watch. What are one variable equations? We said that they are two statements, or statements where two expressions are equal to each other with one variable. Then I gave you guys non-examples, and we said that the critical attributes is that they need to have equal signs, one unknown variable, and the exponents cannot be greater than 2. And what were the steps, everyone? Simplify, isolate, plot, and check. 4 different steps: simplify, isolate, plot, and check. So we got that, right? All right. So then yesterday, or the day before, we started with this kind of equation. Don't write this down, just pay attention. We started with this kind of equation. Is that correct? Today we're moving on to this kind. Yesterday was this. Now we are here. Before, I'll show you right now. Look at it, stare at it, and you'll see the difference. We were here, now we're here. We were here, now we're here. We were here, now we're here. Yes, Logan. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about right now. So with that said, copy example 2 and write solve. 3x plus 2 equals 25. Copy that, and I'm going to elaborate on this. Copy that. All right, here we go. Look up to the screen, please. All right, you copy this. Pens down as up here. Let me elaborate now as what we're looking at. So now, if I was to draw my line down the equal sign, like so, why do we do that? To remind us that it's a balanced scale, right? However, let me make some space. Now we have, look at on the side of where the variable is at. Now we have 2 operations. What are they? Addition is the first one, and the number and the variable are next to each other, so it's multiplication. So we have 2 operations here, okay? Now, where do we start to solve this? We can start with multiplication and do the inverse, or we can start with addition and do the inverse. Let me tell you where we start. Okay, before anything, watch. I'm going to do something to remind you where to start. Here it goes. Let's say Marcos, here he goes. Marcos is about to give a gift to this one girl because it's her birthday. There he goes. So, here it goes. Here are the flaps. And this is a box. So you guys see if you see the box. You guys see the box? Yeah. All right. So there's a box, and we asked Marcos, what is it that you're going to give that person? He doesn't want to tell us, so he says, I'm going to put in there an X. A what? An X, because we don't know what he's putting in there. However, once he's done closing that box, and he's going to give it as a gift, what needs to go around it? Wrapping paper. So here's the wrapping paper. He's going to wrap that around that. And then at the end, once he wraps it, what goes on top of the present? A bow. Here's a bow. So, and there it is. You guys seen those that look like kind of puffy? No? Okay. Anyways, once he wraps it, it's going to look like this. Thank you. There it is. Okay? So, he sends it to this girl, right? The girl receives it, What is the first thing, and be nice. What is the first thing that the girl's going to do with that present? I said be nice. First thing, no, she's not going to shake it. She's going to take off the what? The first thing, pay attention, the first thing she's going to take off is the bow. So that's going to go out. What is the second thing she's going to do? Wrapping paper. So this is the second thing, the wrapping paper. It's going to look like that, something like that. And what is the last thing that's going to happen? Open the box, right? Which is going to look something like that. Well, check this out. Equations are the same way. Look up, please. Before this became this, it was like this. Until they started doing stuff to it, and then all of a sudden it became this. I know some of you are like, what? Our teachers never told us that. Well, that's why this year I'm going to tell you why. Check this out. Now, all it is, look up, please, so that we know where to start. Who remembers the order of operations? Okay? And the order was like this. Started here, here, and here. But now we're going to work our way backwards. Check this out. The last step that we're going to do, which is the box, will be multiplication and division. The step after that, or before that, is going to be the wrapping paper, which is addition and subtraction. But the one that we always do first when we receive this package is which one? Parentheses and power. It's like the bow. That one we always do first. If it has parentheses or power, we take care of that. From there we go to the wrapping paper, which is addition and subtraction. And at the end is the what? Multiplication and division. Everybody understand? So basically you're unwrapping this present. We start with the bow, which is here. Wrapping paper, which is here. And then at the end, the box, which is there. So with that idea, let's solve this one. Here we go. Look up. So where do we start? Addition and subtraction. So this one has addition. What is the inverse of addition? So we're going to subtract 2. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other to keep it balanced. We bring down the 3x equals 23, Michael Jordan. Next, what is the next operation? Multiplication. So what is the inverse? Divide by 3, divide by 3. 3 over 3 is 1. 1 times x is x. And let's see what we get. 23 divided by 3. 23 divided by 3. 7. That's 21. 2 left over. Add a decimal. That is 6, 18. And it's going to repeat, right? So this is 7.6 bar. Copy that, please. And that's how we're going to do the rest of the equations, using that process. We start wherever there's addition and subtraction and move on to multiplication and division, unless it has a what? An exponent or a parenthesis. Okay? Yeah, it is. Once we know where to start, we're fine. But don't forget to continue drawing draw your balance scale, your present. All right, here we go. Example 2B. Did everybody copy this already? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Copy this one. 12 equals 4y minus 8. See if you can do that one by yourself. Go. Use the same process. Okay, let's see. Victor, what'd you get? Huh? 5. Hands if you got 5. That is incorrect. Who got 5 equals y? That is correct. Make sure you are paying attention to the details. Attend to precision. Here we go. Line down. So from here we did plus 8 plus 8. We're left with 20 equals 4y. And then at the end we divide by 4, divide by 4. And that's how we get y equals 5. Let's do another one. Copy this one, please. Negative 5x plus 12 equals 37. Go. See if you can do that in 30 seconds. Copy that and go. All right, let's see. Line down the equal sign. This one has multiplication and addition. Where do I start with addition? What is the inverse? Subtraction. Subtract 12. Subtract 12. We're left with negative 5x equals 25. Is that correct? And then the inverse of multiplication is division. Divide by negative 5. Divide by negative 5. X equals negative 5. Hands if you got that. Okay, we got this, right? All right. So let's move on now to a different kind of two-step equation. Check this out. Not that one. Copy these two, please. Cody, make sure at the end. Well, here. Then give that one to Leilani since you're already up. All right. First one says 8 minus a equals 14, and negative 3 equals m divided by 4 minus 6. We're going to do this one first. And we'll do that one together. Here we go. Let me zoom in. All right. Now, before we start, I draw my line down the equal sign. And I look at the side of the variable and identify the two operations. Look up, please. Look at the first operation that I see. Here is multiplication. What is the coefficient here? And it's a negative 1. And what is it doing? It's multiplying. So it's multiplication. What is the other operation here that's invisible? Addition. So where are we going to start? With addition. So what is the inverse? Minus 8 minus 8. Make sure you make a note whenever there's a variable and a negative in front of the variable that it's multiplication because of that coefficient. Okay? So let me bring this down. Negative 1a equals 14 minus 8. That is 6. What was the other operation? Multiplication. What is the inverse? Divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. This is a 1, so therefore a equals negative 6. We got this? Okay. Let's do the next one together. Here we go. Here it goes. Negative 3 equals m divided by 4 minus 6. Draw your line down the equal sign. Before we get started, what are the operations that you see here? This is division and subtraction. So where do we start? With subtraction, what is the opposite? So we add 6, add 6. These cancel because it's a zero pair. Do you guys see the zero pair? Yeah. 6 minus 3, that is 3, equals m divided by 4. All right. What is the next operation? Division. What is the inverse of division? Multiply times 4, because that's that number next to the variable. So whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. Check this out. At this point, this is what I want you to do. I want you to show me a 1 like this, a lazy 1. Do you guys see the lazy 1? So that becomes 1 times m is m equals 12. Now, some of you still don't see why this became this. Let me show you. Look up, please. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to circle it in green. I'm going to show you this, how it became m. M over 4 times 4. I said to not to cancel, but make a giant 1 here. Why? Because this becomes over 1. This becomes 4m, 4 times m. And this is 4. What is 4 over 4? 1, and we're left with m. Everybody see that? Okay. But instead of doing all this, all you have to do is show me here a giant 1, and that's how you get your m. Everybody got it? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more just like the ones we just did. See if you can do those by yourself. Here we go. Example 3C and 3D. We got 12 minus a equals 27, and negative 7 equals m divided by 9 minus 12. Copy those and solve. Go. All right, here we go. Let me go over the first one. Here it goes. Line down the equal sign. What operations do we have? Multiplication and addition. It's not a subtraction. If you said subtraction, it's because you didn't see the coefficient there. Therefore, what is the inverse of addition? Subtraction. So we subtract 12, subtract 12. We have negative 1a equals 15. Last step, divide by negative 1. A equals negative 15. Hands if you got that. That is correct. All right. Let's go to the next one. Make sure you make a note if you made a mistake on that variable with a negative on it. Line down the equal sign. Focus. What operations do we have here? Division and subtraction. Where are we going to start? Everyone? At subtraction, so what is the inverse? Addition, so we add 12, add 12. This becomes 5 equals m divided by 9. And this is division, so we need to multiply times 9. Multiply times 9. Here's a lazy 1. Do you guys see it? We're left with m equals 45. Hands, have you got that? That is correct. Okay? So, any questions with these? We're good? All right. So with that said, copy this one. Yeah. Example 4. Solve the equation 2/3 r plus 3/4 equals 7/12. Copy that, and I'm going to go over this one. All right, pens down, eyes up here. Writing utensils down. Eyes on the screen, please. Let me go over this one. Here it goes. So, in order to solve this, we solve equations that don't have fractions. Is that correct? Okay? Or that we don't have fractions all over the place. Here we do. So, in order to change this and not have fractions, the first thing I need to do is multiply the entire equation times a common denominator. So watch. What would be a common denominator between 4 and 12? How about 3 and 12? 12. So the common denominator for all of them is 12. So I'm going to multiply everything times 12. You're just paying attention. Don't copy it yet. Here it goes. So I'm going to multiply this in here. So that is 24 over 3r. Why did I only multiply times that? Because it's what? Over what? 1. When we multiply a whole number times a fraction, the whole number becomes 12 over 1. Does everybody see it? So what is 12 times 3? 36 over 4 equals, what is 12 times 7? 84 over 12. Now check this out. Why did I do that? Why did I multiply times a common denominator? Because that gets me to get rid of my fractions. What is 24 divided by 3? 8r plus 36 divided by 4, that's 9. And 84 divided by 12, that's 7. Do we know how to solve this kind of equation? Yeah. Copy that, please. Okay, I'm going to zoom out really quick. All right. So let's see. Draw my line down. And step 1, we said we multiplied times what? Common denominator. So that's the first thing we did. Next, we go here, we simplify these fractions, and we end up here. So let's see. What operations do we have here? Multiplication and addition. Where do we start? Addition, so what is the inverse? Subtraction, we subtract 9, subtract 9. We're left with 8r equals negative 2. The last operation was multiplication, so the inverse is divide by 8. Divide by 8. 8 over 8 is 1, that's r. equals negative 2 over 8. Can we simplify that fraction? Yes, r equals negative 1/4, or r equals negative 0.25 if you did it in decimal. Ever see what we did? So once again, don't forget for these that the first step you need to multiply times what? Common denominator. What is the first step? Multiply times what? Common denominator. All right, let's do another one. See how you do with one of these. Here we go. Here it goes. Example 4b, we got 2/5 r plus 3/10 equals 1/20. Copy that and see how you do with that by yourself. Go. How about Vanessa? What is the first step? Find the common denominator, which is 20. Hands if you got 20 for the common denominator. That is correct. And we do what? Distribute. Okay, so tell me what to write from there. Pass it to someone. Jimmy, what do we do from there?
It becomes,
Divide it. So 40 divided by 5 is? 8r plus 6 equals 1. Pass it to someone. Marcos, what do I do from there? Very good. You draw your line down, the equal sign, and you identify your two operations. What are my two operations? Multiplication and addition. Very good. So, continue. What do we do from there? Subtract 6 from both sides because it's the opposite of addition. This cancels. We're left with what? 8r equals negative 5. Pass it to someone. Julian. What? Divide by 8. Divide by 8. 8 over 8 is 1. We're left with r equals. What do we have left? Are we dividing? Okay, we're left with negative 5/8. But if you want to change it into decimal, or 5 divided by 8 does not fit in there. Decimal fits in there 6 times. 48, 2, add a 0, fits in there twice. 16, 4, add a 0, fits in there 5. So this is negative 0.625. Hands, have you got that? Okay, we'll stop right there. Our home play for tonight, home play, is a play sheet. Play sheet 2-3 and 2-4. So, your attention please. 2-3, 2-4. It's going to be up here. Send a gopher to get some for your row. There's no tutoring today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.